The state of Okuta was one of great wealth and greater corruption. Its farmlands fed millions. Its oil wells dripped black gold. And its capital city shone with skyscrapers and neon lights. But beneath the glitter, the people whispered a truth. It is not the ballot box that rules Okuta. It is the Kingmakers. These men were not elected. They were obeyed. They pulled strings behind curtains and planted governors like yams in fertile soil. Chief Balogun was the oldest, a heavy man with gold-rimmed glasses and a belly swollen with stolen riches. Senator Dangana, lean and tall, carried himself like a cobra, his words soft, his strikes sudden. And Honorable Ez, the youngest, wore silk suits and spoke with a honeyed tongue that masked a heart of stone. Together, they were feared. Together, they had installed Governor Rufus, a man once loyal to their pact. At first, Rufus played the game. He signed inflated contracts, diverted funds, and smiled at the banquets thrown in his honor. But over time, the burden of truth began to weigh on him. He saw the broken schools in the villages. He saw hospitals with no medicine. He saw farmers weeping as their lands were seized. One morning, at a press conference, Governor Rufus shocked everyone. The wealth of Okuta belongs to its people, he declared boldly, cameras flashing. No longer shall this government be a puppet of hidden hands. I will not be bought. I will not be caged. The words were like thunder. The crowd roared in applause. But in the mansions of the Kingmakers, glasses shattered in rage. The secret meeting, that night, in Chief Balogun's mansion, the three politicians gathered. The air was thick with cigar smoke and anger. Balogun slammed his fist on the table. This boy dares to defy us. After all we did for him, Dangana hissed, he was a nobody before us. A lecture begging for campaign funds. We made him. We can unmake him. Ez leaned forward, his voice soft but dangerous. We cannot wait for years. If we let him continue, he will expose us. He must be removed. Balogun's eyes narrowed. But impeachment will take time. And the people adore him now. Dangana whispered, then not impeachment. Elimination. Silence fell. The three men exchanged dark glances. Ez broke it with a chilling smile. I know some men. Shadows that kill for gold. They are called the Jackals. A week later, in a deserted warehouse at the edge of the city, the Kingmakers met the assassins. The leader, Malik, stepped forward, tall, scar-faced, his eyes burning with cold fire. Behind him, 5 men stood silent, armed with rifles and machetes. Balogun studied him nervously. Can you do it? Malik's lips curled into a thin smile. We've toppled generals. A governor is nothing. Dangana slid a briefcase across the table. Inside lay bundles of crisp foreign currency. Half now. Half when the job is done. Malik touched the money, then looked up. By the next full moon, your governor will draw his last breath. Whispers in the market. As the deal was struck, rumors rippled through Okuta. In the crowded markets, old women shook their heads. The politicians are restless. The air smells of blood. At the motor parks, drivers muttered, when lions fight for the throne, it is the grass that suffers. But no one dared speak openly. Everyone knew the Kingmaker's reach was long. 2 weeks later, the plan was in motion. It was a Thursday evening when Governor Rufus left the State House to attend a community event. His convoy of black SUVs rolled through the city, with sirens blowing aloud. On a rooftop nearby, Malik and his jackals crouched, rifles ready. Target in sight. One whispered. Malik raised his hand. On my mark. Suddenly, the street erupted in gunfire. Bullets shattered windscreens. Sparks flew as metal clashed with lead. Guards scrambled, shouting orders. Inside the armored SUV, Governor Rufus ducked low, shielded by reinforced glass. His aides screamed, "They're trying to kill you." Sir, outside, chaos reigned. Civilians fled. Shops closed. Sirens wailed. The Jackals fought like wolves, but reinforcements arrived faster than they expected. The police had been tipped off by an anonymous informant. Malik cursed. Fall back. I am out of bullets. Police reinforcement has arrived. I say everybody fall back. But escape was impossible. One by one, his men were overpowered, beaten, and dragged into trucks. By dawn, the Jackals were in chains, paraded before cameras like captured beasts. In their cells, the Jackals waited. Malik reassured them, "Do not fear. Our masters will save us. We are their loyal dogs." The next day, they were taken to court to be tried. But at the trial, their hopes shattered. The Kingmakers sat in the front row, their faces righteous. "These men are traitors," Balogun declared. "They tried to murder our governor. They must pay the ultimate price." Malik's jaw tightened. His eyes burned with fury. Their judgment was swift. The judge's gavel struck. "For an attempt on the governor's life, you all are sentenced to death by firing squad." That evening, in the prison yard, Malik sat alone. His men muttered prayers. Some wept, some cursed. Malik whispered to himself, "They think this is the end. But shadows do not die easily. And when the lion is betrayed, his roar becomes a storm." To be continued. Subscribe for more interesting episodes.